for the first time in 2024. It's that time of the week again on the platform. It is Free Speech Friday time, when we get a couple of free-speaking New Zealanders and we chew over the events of the week. And we're starting with the guys we ended with last year, with Leo Molloy from HQ in Auckland and from the Backbencher Gastropub in Molesworth Street, Wellington, our good mate Boyce. Lads, Ben, you put them to air. Great to have you both back. Happy New Year to you both.
You go for Happy New Year, Sean and Leo.
Yeah. Now, Leo, I saw you at the tennis. Lovely hot day in Auckland, and I haven't seen you, Boyce. How's your break been?
Oh, I'm pretty quiet. I got a bit bored, I must admit.
All right. Look, until a listener reminded me by text today, I forgot. Today is the 1 year anniversary of the departure of Jacinda Ardern as Prime Minister. Gosh, a lot's changed since then, Leo.
Well, I'm unfamiliar with that name. It's been erased from my memory, so I've moved on. But Boyce went to the wedding, I understand. So he'll give us the update from Craggy Range exactly what happened at the wedding.
I was actually at Craggy Range a week before the wedding on holiday, and it was a superb venue, and I wondered why it was so pristine. The gardens were wonderful. We were looking out going, my God, something's happening here. And sure enough, a week later, good old Jacinda and Clark Gayford got married.
All right, and they are kind of private citizens now, as is, folks, Golan-Rizk. Now, Leo, that was pretty rapid from the story breaking, not from her first, and we don't really know when her first offence or alleged offence of shoplifting might have been. It only took 6 days for her to resign. That's pretty rapid, isn't it?
No. That you've got to draw a line here. When she was first identified as an offender, excuse me, throat's a bit full this morning. When she was first identified as an offender was late October. And as a member of Parliament, interim Parliament I might add, they had to advise, the police would have advised Costa, and Costa had to advise Hipkins, and apparently none of that was done or passed on. There's the story, and that story will evolve in due course. I don't like the woke approach you're taking to this, Sean. I notice you're becoming an apologist for her. Thief. She's what they call a kleptomaniac. And if you keep allowing people like her to go around behaving as she does, and as she has historically, and then we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg here, don't forget.
So you're suggesting a scandal within the scandal, and that is that the government of the day should have been advised on, when was it, October the 28th?
On the no surprises policy, it's absolutely clear.
There should have been but it was only an allegation then. It may not have even been investigated.
So when my dear friend Kiri Allen totaled that machine over wherever it was, the other side of the harbour somewhere, was that only an investigation too? Once she was named, she was charged. You've still got to do no surprises policy. The government has to be advised. So I want to see why the police didn't at least bring the government into the fold immediately and help them understand the nature of the
allegation. Well, maybe they did.
Well, that's a good point, and that's where the questions that need to be asked.
And you think I'm being soft on her?
Oh, you are totally soft, mate. It's just so disappointing to me. I can't believe how soft you've got.
Because I just look. Why hit someone when they're down and out?
That's not the point. It's about accountability. If you're not going to make anyone accountable for anything anymore,
well, she's going to be accountable. She's going to go to court, Leo, and face the music.
She's returned the goods. They took a sack full of items away from her house in Auckland.
She
put her hands up,
Leo, not a sack.
We get paper sacks, rubbish sacks it was. But anyway, you can't keep apologising for it. She did the crime.
I'm not apologising for her. I'm saying if she's done the crime, she'll face justice.
All you're doing with your behaviour is you're validating what she did and telling every other kid who wants to go shoplifting in town today, some might go to mine, as long as they say they're mentally ill, it's okay.
All right. Boyce, what is your take on this from the capital?
My take, Sean, is you've fallen for the devil who wears Prada. And in this case, it's stolen Prada. She's batting her eyelids and you're falling for it. I agree with Leo 100%. We've got to staunchly advocate for law and order.
Well, I do, which is why it's good that she's been charged and she'll,
Well, you've got all soft and woke. Leo's right. Get in the boxing ring with Leo and he's going to sort you out.
I'm just saying, once someone's left the boxing ring, you stop swinging at them.
She hasn't left. She made all these excuses.
It wasn't an excuse. She said, I did wrong. I am sorry. There was no... It was one of the least ambiguous apologies I've ever seen from a politician.
See, four times she pulled the mental health card.
Yeah, she opened the batting with, I'm not going to blame my mental health. And then she proceeded to have the next 15 paragraphs saying how it was her mental health and undiscovered moments of
Well, I agree with you that that's bullshit. Well, I don't actually. Well, what about Stephen Franks, guys? He said, look, this is a well-known defence and generally accepted defence for middle-aged women who nick stuff for no apparent reason. So
we're never going to have middle-aged women in power again. Is that what the end result of all this is, that we can't trust middle-aged women?
Okay, but Chris Luxon's on my side. He says we're particularly mean to women at Parliament.
Well, he's even more woke than you are, Sean. You're letting a lot of people down. You've got to get back on the side of the righteous.
I've got to be mean then, because that's what I'm hearing. I've got to be mean and unreasonable and put the boot in. Is that what you all want? That.
You've got to be firm and you've got to be fair and you've got to make the young ones accountable. It's like catching kids ram raiding. What's your view on that? Are they not okay? What's the difference between a ram raider and what she did?
I couldn't say until I've read their cultural reports.
There you go.
Honestly, how can you pass
get
judgment
you back
like
to the
that?
dark side, Sean.
Look, I'm just saying 6 days from way to go, and she's gone burger for all money. I'm saying, chalk up the win. You don't need to dance on her grave.
I don't think she's got in the grave yet.
All right.
It's time we gave some credits here anyway. What about Philip Crump? What an outstanding journalist he's turning out to be.
I got to say, I thought, and I'll give kudos to Philip Crump, he still has his best stuff, though, under his pseudonym Thomas Cramner. I understand because the woke people at NZME won't publish his best stuff, but I'll give it to him. That was a good break on a story. It was going to come out somewhere else, I'm sure. Hat tip to him, absolutely.
And there's a fellow called Mark Spring involved, too.
Now, who's he? Who is he?
I don't know. He seems to be a player because I had some private comms with him. He messaged me on Twitter and I dropped a couple of names into a conversation, said, I know, and he mentioned the partners on them too, so he knows his stuff.
But to be honest, you still want to check all this stuff. And look, these are still only allegations. Sorry. Of course they are. I also want to ask you both, do you think the rest of the country really cares?
Was he?
Sorry, really cares about what? Sean?
About Golan-Rizk and his shoplifting.
Yeah, I think they do. I think it's still a huge story. I think you're right. Camping outside a house is a bit over the top, but she seemed to be reveling in it.
So I'm not a complete woke a-hole.
No, but we need to hold you to account as well. So
no one votes for me, Alistair. I don't ask anyone to vote for me. I've never said I was a paragon of virtue, mate.
No, they vote for you by listening to you on your show.
All right.
You're part of the market.
Okay, but you would agree basically staking out her house was a bit over the top?
I don't think it's necessary, no.
Okay. Leo, where are you on that?
I think the police have to do their job, and that was they went there the first day. She wasn't there. She's deliberately hiding from them. They've gone back and staked it out the second day.
Yeah, but isn't it creepy? Look, it's shoplifting for the media to stake out her home, her private home.
See, this is the problem you've got, though, and this is what you don't understand. When you've got an entity like Scotty's, which is extremely left-leaning owners, now, so I'm told, very empathetic, when they won't give up the surveillance, the only one who has the surveillance are the Green Party and the police, how are we going to push this forward? And get what
hang on, Leo, this is interesting. This is interesting, because I didn't know that. Are you saying Scotty's haven't... Well, the media haven't got the video, but Scotty's have and the police have? Or
one person on the inside talking at Scotty's, talking to the media that I know about. The owners of the entity, one of whom's retired, I think Marilyn, something her name is, she's retired. Sonia Batt is still actively working. They're all empathetic, and that I'm quoting Golan-Rizk there. But really, where are we going
have
with
the police got the video from Scotty's yet?
Yes, I think the police have got it. They've had it for some time.
Okay,
and the Green Party has it.
Okay, so what's wrong with that? As long as the police...
The video's out there now. People needed to see it. The rumours going around was no evidence to substantiate it. She was laying low. She was saying nothing. You're asking why I staked the house out. Well, I'm talking from the police perspective here, not media.
Yeah.
You stake the house out because you want to talk to her.
Yeah,
So
but
they
what
think
about
it's
the
not-
media staking the house out, Leo? Was that fair?
Okay, well, yet again, this is a matter of public interest. So Crown law will always instruct the police to act and to charge. It got well beyond the control of the owners of Scotties, who didn't want to charge. They were described as being empathetic. Crown law must have stepped in, and I was told by the ex-Minister of Police they would step in and said, this is of huge public interest, you are to charge. And then they sent 5 cops around the second day, and she came out to the door. She was almost certain that the first day wouldn't come out to the door, but she came out the second day. They took the evidence, job done.
All right. Okay, I feel suitably told off. We're going to move on to other topics, but we're going to have a break first. And I can just lick my wounds.